Hello and welcome to Videobrief, an exclusive video interaction by Mediabrief.com. Today we have with us Ravi Kunwar, CEO and Vice President, India and APAC of HMD, to discuss the thoughtful initiatives that HMD is taking for the pilgrims of the Mahakumbh Mela 2025. Welcome to Video Brief, Ravi. It's such a pleasure to have you here. HMD is taking such great initiatives for the Mahakumbh Mela 2025, and they are really beneficial to all the attendees as well. And as much as I would like to talk about it, I want you to go ahead and start telling us about it. But I think first, maybe just tell us a little bit about, the significance of the Mahakumbh Mela for HMD and for you,
Yeah,
maybe just
sure.
in brief.
As you rightly pointed out, this is Mahakumbh, and for some of us, it is once in a lifetime kind of occasion. Happens after 144 years. Really, really special. I think
Yeah.
purely from human perspective, because we are human mobile devices. This is the largest gathering, holy gathering in on the planet. So close to 400 million people expected, and I'm sure by this time
Yeah.
there's been quite a few who've already kind of visited and taken the holy dip. So brings in a lot of significance for us, as I said, because we are all about being human, in human mobile devices,
Yeah.
and we thought, what better opportunity to connect with the vast set of people who are visiting from not only across the country but across the globe, and present the human face of our brand. And that is why I think we've kind of gone ahead in terms of making it more special. And it is not just about the brand in terms of visibility, but that we are kind of doing to make it more appealing to the consumers who are there. And one of the insights which we had was, because the primary mode of communication happens to be a mobile phone, a lot of phone go bad, sometimes taking the holy dip, the phones from the river. There are
Yeah.
multiple challenges. People are camped there for quite a number of days. Not being connected
Yeah.
is not a very good option. So, from HMD side, what we are conducting is we have our own care camps, 10 across the Mela side, where we are providing
Okay.
the right guidance to the consumer in terms of the repairability. And if required, we are offering a loaner
Okay.
handset as well. So this all is something which the consumers are liking, because access to that place is not easy. Okay, somebody has to walk for kilometers to reach that site, and they can't just go back. So what we are trying to provide is a seamless connectivity, where they actually carry on with their mission of taking the holy dip and still stay connected with their loved ones.
Okay. And, like you said, the mobile care camp and the loaner phone program. So, how does this initiative sort of align with your brand's
So as
identity
I
as
said,
well?
it's all about human mobile devices. So even when we talk, yes, we do have artificial intelligence, but that artificial intelligence need to result in human innovation, something which the consumers can use. And a vast majority of the population which is visiting the Kumbh Mela would be a feature phone user as well. Given that there is a
Right.
huge boost on the economy, and there are numbers which are floating in terms of how much it will benefit the economy of the state and in India in general, a lot of transactions are digital transactions, which happens through UPI. Now, imagine the convenience of somebody
Right.
using a Nokia or HMD feature phone, which is, let's say, priced at even just 1,000 rupee, and still able to do a seamless transaction in terms of the UPI payments which they want to do. I think that's a clear reflection of how we want to bring in innovation across price point.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And can you also tell me a little bit about your partnership with Radioline and the initiatives you
Yeah.
are taking with
So
them?
obviously, the idea was to connect with our consumers across multiple touch points. It was not just the
Right.
physical presence of the brand, but whichever way they can get information and knowledge about what's happening in Kumbh. So, with the help of our 4G feature phones, which work on cloud phone technology, we have this partnership with Radioline, where we have curated especially the content for Kumbh, which gives all the details which the consumers are looking for in terms of the important dates for snans, what to do, do's and don'ts, where to seek help. Basically, it's a replica of what people will go across on multiple government websites and try to download information. So it's a curated content which can be played easily with the help of our phones, and the information is just available at a click of a button. So I think this is something unique we have done this time for Zoom. And we're not going to stop here because it gives us we've had some encouraging results from this exclusive partnership with Radioline, and we plan to extend it across multiple such spectrums later in the year as well.
Oh, lovely. Very nice. Um, and how is your Dekho Apna Desh campaign, with the Ministry of Tourism and with Uttar Pradesh helping to boost tourism in India
Yeah.
and within
So
India?
it's a very, very important initiative. I think, if I remember correctly, quite some time back, our Prime Minister had come out with this important messaging that there is a lot of tourists which go out of India, but there is a lot of history and culture and everything which we need to discover within the country, which actually gave a lot of push to the domestic tourism part. And upon my interactions
Yeah.
with the senior bureaucrats and the minister himself, we understood that there is a strong push by the government of India in terms of promoting domestic tourism, and we wanted to partner with
Yeah.
that program, which is known as Dekho Apna Desh. And in that respect, especially with the tourism ministry of Uttar Pradesh, we participated where a lot of work is being done together. Some of the winners of this contest are being given our HMD branded tablets and smartphones and feature phones. Whole data collection part
Okay.
to make the program much stronger is being done in collaboration with HMD and the ministry. And in terms of the physical presence of how strongly we can connect through digital payments across all these tourist destinations, irrespective whether you have a smartphone or not, are some of the initiatives which we've undertaken with the ministry for Dekho Apna Desh program.
Okay. And what about your regional integration efforts? Like, what on ground activities are you doing at the Mela to enhance this pilgrim
So
experience?
the obviously there is a big social and digital outreach which we are doing around these programs. Uh, we don't want to restrict it.
Okay.
While Kumbh is a special festival. Okay, it comes as I said every
Yeah.
12 years, or this one is special after 144 years. But we want to extend it
Yeah.
across multiple touch points in the country. So obviously there are a lot of places with the historical significance, with the religious significance, where we want to showcase our brand. Uh, even in Kumbh,
Okay.
besides our care network program, which we've kind of rolled out, there is important initiative which we've taken in terms of lost and found, where we're working very closely with the local police and making the boards and the brand presence felt across various touch points and various thanas which we have. And the idea of this was that purely from a brand perspective, any point of entry or exit to this holy city of Prayagraj, we have our brand visible. So whether it is somebody going to take a holy dip in the Triveni Sangam, our boat branding is there. Somebody wants to reach Prayagraj through train, we have stuff there. Somebody wants to take, somebody wants to take e-rickshaw. So the idea is, how do you connect with the vast masses? Because it's not just the localized activity there. I think people from each district, each state are visiting, and I think it's one of the best ways to connect in a very human way to our consumers.
Absolutely. That's totally right. And, beyond just the Kumbh Mela itself, how are you going to sustain this momentum and keep these initiatives going?
Yeah,
What do
yeah.
you have planned?
So obviously, this is the big one. But then, as I said, the presence of this is felt across the country. We are kind of following it
Right.
up with an outreach program across every state, where we are looking at, let's say, a miniature version of what we have done from a brand perspective at Prayagraj in those select towns or locations within each of the state. Because the way I look at HMD, it's not an international brand. It is a brand which is very much relevant to that individual here in India. That whether it is that village, it is that district or that state, and that's how we want to kind of project and take our brand forward in the same sustainable manner as we have done at Prayagraj.
Okay, amazing. And this was my set of questions, but if there's anything that you would like to add or highlight,
Yeah.
please go ahead.
So I think besides what we are doing at Prayagraj, overall as HMD, we do believe in something what we call as a sustainable development. So all initiatives,
Okay.
whether it's around smartphones, whether it is around feature phones or tablets, it is towards driving sustainable planet. Okay, so what we want to do is it shouldn't cost the earth. And in a way, if you look at Sangam and this whole Kumbh, it's one of the self-sustainable human gathering which can come through. And I think that's the philosophy which we want to take
Yeah.
forward through this brand. Whether it's around sustainability, whether it is around digital detox, because a lot of consumers these days have an overdose of what they see as a digital exposure. So how we work very, very closely
Right.
basis
Yes.
the insights given by our consumers to have a right balance between the digital exposure
Yes.
and time to oneself. So those are some of the important things which we will be working in the year 2025 as we move forward.
Okay, amazing. It was an absolute pleasure having this discussion with you, and it was so insightful. Thank you so much for taking the
Thank you
time,
so much for
Ravi.
having me here. Really. Bye.
Thank you. So that's about it from this episode and from Ravi. A lovely and insightful discussion about HMD's amazing initiatives for the Mahakumbh Mela 2025. I hope you enjoyed this session because I sure did. This is your host and friend Safa Samar signing off.